What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk a little bit about Mafia 4. Love talking about this franchise. We've made plenty of videos in the past, and this one's definitely an interesting story. These are two job postings, and so, you read into them, I guess, with a grain of salt, but again, remembering these are jobs that they're literally wanting to fill, and the requirements slash what they're looking for, right? That's the main thing here. And so why am I spending so much time talking about it? Well, multiplayer is kind of brought up, and there's also stealth talk. So let's do that first. Let's do the stealth first because I don't think there'll be many objections here. Basically, they're looking for a principal designer, AI, and lead AI designer. And what you're going to be doing if you apply, if you work at this job, work closely with the AI lead and relevant stakeholders to ensure delivery of engaging stealth and combat gameplay, loops, hands-on design, and development of our combat and non-combat NPCs. Design new archetypes that fit the vision of a Mafia game, all the way from creative and technical design prototypes to enemy behaviors and abilities. Ensure that players can understand AI intentions and plan their combat accordingly. All right, so you have that. But then the second one is for a senior systems designer, and it says experience with AAA titles, multiplayer games, and or live game design experiences preferred. Again, maybe multiplayer because it's obviously not set in stone. You can, I suppose, read into that in a couple different ways, and it's preferred, right? So this is more of the experience. This doesn't necessarily talk about what you'll be doing if you get the job, but still, so they want somebody who's obviously worked on AAA games, but then throwing in multiplayer and or live game. So I guess live game, I read that as live service. I don't know if there's another form of games that you would use the word live in like that, but like an ongoing, right? Something that lives on. That's what I assume they're talking about there. Now, the comments on Reddit, some people are making some pretty solid points of, if there's like co-op, like a co-op mission kind of thing, in the main menu, you can play some of the missions cooperatively. I think a Mafia game playing it with another person would be rather fun. How much would that take away from the core of Mafia? That would be, something that you'd have to keep your eye on. But I don't think it's impossible to have a multiplayer element and to have it work. Now, if we're going to start going into, okay, well, there's a Mafia 4 and then there's also a kind of like a GTA, like a multiplayer only kind of version. We're going to have that for Mafia as well. All right, well, that's going to be interesting to kind of monitor, right? I don't know. It's really going to just be the live service elements. I definitely have my problems with live service games as a service, whatever you want to call it. I don't love them. I just don't think every game needs to have it. And I think as an industry, for whatever reason, companies, executives, they think that every, game franchise needs it. So it's something to monitor for sure. I like the idea, what they talked about with the stealth thing. Smart AI. I love that kind of stuff. I mean, I think to even The Last of Us with talking about people's names, right? Saying, oh, you killed Dave, or Dave's gone. I like that kind of stuff. I think in this case, it's probably talking more about flanking and movement and where they're going to kind of set up, which obviously, you need in a game. I don't think that's necessarily mind-blowing or anything like that. The multiplayer is definitely going to be something to keep an eye on, whether it's a co-op thing, whether it's a multiplayer mode, or whether they kind of go all the way and they do like a base game, a single-player thing, and they also have just a reserved kind of multiplayer game on the side. We'll have to see what happens. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.